Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I just wanted to update you all on Maleah Davis real quick before I get my day started. Today is Relicious' birthday. Also, she would be 14 years old. I know y'all all remember the story of Relicia Rudd. I know it's a constant reminder, because I know I'm constantly reminded of her disappearance because she hasn't been found yet. So we're always going to be reminded. A lot of us will always think of her. We're always going to look for her. Always. Always going to look for that little baby until she's found. When she's found, then it's time to fight for justice. Because justice ain't justice until justice is served, right? Isn't that the thing? Justice isn't justice until justice is served. So I just want to start off by saying happy birthday to Relicia Rudd. She would be 14 years old today. 14 years old, okay? February 29th marks the 14th birthday of Relicia Rudd. Relicia Rudd went missing 5 years ago. March the 1st, she was actually reported missing March the 1st, 2014 from the D.C. General Homeless Shelter. It's 5 years later, and we still have not found Relicia Rudd. Okay? So I want you all to keep her in your prayers. Always think of her. Still share her flyers and everything, okay? Keep her relevant, because she was 8 years old when she went missing. And she has not been found as of yet. So I wanted to start off by saying that, okay? So let's get to the matter at hand. We have gotten new updates on the Maleah Davis case. Maleah Davis was reported missing by her stepfather. Actually, she was reported kidnapped by her stepfather back in July. She was later on found on the side of a road in an Arkansas field, like almost a month later. Her stepfather, Darian Vance, was charged with tampering with a corpse, obstruction of justice, and a couple of other things. But early this morning, I found out that they actually found out her cause of death. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit of this information to you all. Okay. Now, we already knew that Maleah was injured when Darian Vance, 27 years old, allegedly hit her, okay, with his hand and a blunt object. But court documents released Friday says that Vance also blocked her airway. So they also found out that she had an obstruction to her airway. So he actually took something, his hand, they don't know what he used, but he used something and he blocked her airway. And that was her cause of death. Okay? That was her cause of death. That was Maleah Davis's cause of death. Obstruction to her airway. So, like I said, he has been charged, and they're going for the capital murder. So everybody, please, don't get upset, because it's some people that are very upset and they think that, you know, this man is going to get off on this murder, which he is not. Okay, this is one of those crimes that you need a lot of evidence to convict. You just do. You need a lot of evidence to convict. That's with a lot of these cases. You know, like I told y'all before, the police always knows what's going on. They always have a suspect in mind, always. But you can have someone in mind and you can have all of these thoughts and you can have all these different things running it through your head, the reasons on why this happened, but if you don't have evidence, then that don't mean anything. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. So a lot of times that's what a lot of these investigators are in need of: evidence. They already have their idea of what happened, okay, but they have to put it together, because once you take cases like this to court, you only have one time to get it right, and you have no room for failure. So you need all of the evidence that you can get on these cases to make them stick and to make the person be convicted to the full extent of the law, okay, and sentenced as well. You know, sentence accordingly, okay. It's a lot of children, you know, who are in situations like Maleah Davis. See, Maleah Davis, like a year before she went missing or was reported kidnapped by her stepfather, Maleah Davis obtained some injuries to her head where she had to have several brain surgeries. She had to have several brain surgeries, and she also had to walk around with a helmet on her head for protection. Okay, during this situation, her mom claimed that she fell out of a chair, and that's how she obtained the injuries that she had obtained to her head, which we all know that that don't make no sense, you know, for her to obtain such injuries that she had to have brain surgery twice and had to wear a helmet to protect her skull, okay? During that time, Maleah Davis was in the hospital and she was released by the judge, by court, back into the custody of her mother. But during that time, the case was still under investigation. Okay. A year had went past and Maleah Davis was reported kidnapped by her stepfather. He actually reported her kidnapped by two men in a truck. Come to find out, that didn't happen. He actually hit her with an open hand and an object, okay, killing her. And now they're saying that he also used something to block her airway, so there was a obstruction to her airway. That was a cause of death for Maleah Davis. So now he's in jail. He's been locked up. They found they found Maleah's body on the side of an Arkansas road in a field. Okay, in a trash bag. So after he beat this baby, okay, with an open hand and an object, and he actually cut off her breath. He took her little body. They said that it was, that he tried to dispose of her body inside of the garbage disposal. We saw those god-awful pictures of him taking her body out inside of a trash bag, inside of a little laundry basket. We saw that situation, a tote. We later on discovered her body on the side of an Arkansas road. Actually, the lawn crew had rolled over the body, so they had a hard time really actually, they had to wait this long to find out what happened to this child, okay? Because it was just a mess, okay? So now they know. Now they're going to charge him accordingly. And a lot of you all are wondering, as well as myself, I'm wondering as well, how come BB, Brittany Bowen, wasn't arrested? Like I said, there are parents actually getting away with murder. There are parents that are responsible for their children's well-being, such in this case as Maleah Davis. I'm going to keep on saying that. Because had her mother did what she was already accused of doing something under investigation, allegedly, harming Maleah. She was given a second chance. Maleah was put back into her custody, and then a year later, this baby ends up dead. These are the things that these parents get away with. They get away with these type of things. There are all kinds of stuff that's coming out in this case. I don't know if some of these things is true, so I won't go as far as repeating a lot of stuff that I have heard on the internet, YouTube, and all of those places, because, like you all know, I like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Right now, there's no horse to hear it from except from Channel 13 Houston. And just follow this case the best way that we can, because it's just a lot of times these stories like this, high profile cases like this, they get turned around by people's assumptions, of what happened. Okay. And I just really want to know what happened to this baby. And not only do I want to know what happened to Maleah, I want to know, I want people, everyone who's responsible for everything that child has been through, to be handled accordingly. That's it. That's all. So I'm not going to sit up here and go back and forth and go on these different pages and read all of this nonsense, because that type of stuff, it takes your mind off the matter at hand, and it confuses the whole situation. It confuses you, because you're sitting up here, we're listening to all of these different assumptions and accusations from other people when we don't know if that happened or not. So, like I said, a lot of times, sometimes the news is not reliable, because, during that time that Camille was missing, they had, put some things, I think it was the Daily Mail, they had put up an article that she had been found. So a lot of times, like little places like that, I don't even get my news from, my information from either. I try to go to the local news outlets in the town or the state or the city or where it happened at. That's where I go, and I try to like the pages and stay updated and keep you all updated on accurate information on these cases, because like I said, that is very, very important. It's very important. Okay, so now we know that 4-year-old Maleah Davis also obtained injuries from Darian Vance, which was obstruction to her airway, okay, with his hand or object. They really don't know, but that's what they're saying now, okay. They're going for the capital murder charge. So stay tuned with that, and do not, y'all, get upset and think that there won't be no justice for this baby, because it's going to be justice for this baby. It's going to be justice for all of these children. It's going to be justice for Alicia. Today is her 14th birthday. Please keep that in mind. She will be 14 years old today, missing 5 years. Okay, reported missing March the 1st, 2014 from the DC General Homeless Shelter. Okay, we still have not found her as of yet, and there is still no justice for Religion. So keep that in mind. Share her story. Share her flyer. Okay? Make her relevant. Okay? Please. And the rest of these children. And pray for these families. Okay? These families are suffering. Like I said, now, we're coming up on these children's birthdays. We're coming up on, all kinds of things. School has started. We lost 15-year-old Maurice Scott, who was gunned down back May the 26th of this year on Willard Road. He would have been starting school this year, starting high school. 15 years old, honor roll student. We still have not received justice for Maurice Scott. Okay? This year has been a really bad year for our children. We have lost a hell of a lot of children this year. Okay? So I want you to pray for these families. These families are suffering. Okay? We still have people out here looking for their loved ones. It's a lot of things going on. And we're going to have to change the narrative. Okay? That's all I'm thinking about right now is changing this narrative. I want to change this narrative to what's going on with these children. This senseless gun violence. Our babies being snatched up off the street. Okay? Our babies are being put into certain situations that they should not be put in. And people are actually getting away with it. The parents, it is your responsibility to watch over these children. It really is. You should see the stuff. Just take a look at what's going on around you. I'm telling you, it is no joke. Take a look at what's going on around you. And protect your babies. Okay? Like I said, tell Religion happy birthday today. I want to see that on all of my friends' timelines today. Happy 14th birthday, Religion. Today she would have been 14 years old. And we're still in the search for Religion Rudd. Okay? Spread these stories. Also, I want you all to spread the story of Jabez Man. Okay? I've posted all of that information on my page. Please share that story because we're still in the fight for justice for Jabez Man. Okay? So share all of these stories of our missing and murdered and help these families fight for justice. Have a pleasant day. Be safe.